Good morning. Welcome to One Yard Wednesday. I'm Colleen from GEDesigns. Always happy to be here Wednesday morning. It's my favorite day of the week. And today, two producers are here. We have Mr. KP and Mr. GP. Good morning, producers.
Good morning, everyone.
Awesome to see you.
Gosh, we're just more alike the more we
you hang out.
Together.
Yeah. You finish each other's sentences, you dress alike.
Pretty much. We actually have the same hat. We haven't worn it on the same day yet. Yeah. It's probably going to end up happening on a Wednesday.
It wasn't
planned.
Well, we're glad. You bring out the best in each other, so we're glad that you're alike.
I know. I'm
glad
we
you're
met.
here. Yes, I am too. Well, in addition to being a mutual admiration society here at GE, we sure do love each other and like working together, so that's awesome. We have some great fabric for you. As you know, Wednesday is One Yard Wednesday, and it's the show where we have fun and creative ideas using fabulous fabrics at fantastic prices. And today we have a really cool collection. And the project I want to show you is inspired by the quilt right behind me, which is Frankie. I love this Frankie quilt. I think I talked about it last time because I had a boyfriend named Frankie, so the name appeals to me, and the block appeals to me too. It's just so cool. So this is Frankie from Stripology Quickies right here. I know lots of you have gotten your book. If you haven't gotten your book, it's not too late to order your book, so order the Stripology Quickies book. And behind the producers is another quilt from the Stripology Quickies book, and that is Quinn.
We got Quinn.
You got Quinn. Love it.
I don't know if we've really shown this one much.
We haven't, which is why I picked it, because it's not getting nearly as much love as I think it should, because it is so cool.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, we have a question real quick that I want to address.
Sure.
That some people might not be or have not been with us as long, but I saw a question after we introduced the producers. It was, which is which?
Oh, there you go.
And it's usually just, we got the producers, KP
That's
and GP, but
I'm Mr. GP.
And I'm Mr. KP.
There you go.
So we can clear that up if you weren't for sure.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. We certainly want to clear that up. So thank you for that. So just remember, sale prices won't be live until the show is over, so sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Before we get started looking at fabrics, we have a question. Morning goes to Mr. GP.
So our question today is, what made me choose the fabrics for today? Because last week we had Mr. KP's picks, and this week I got to choose the fabric for the show. So what made me choose these fabrics is I'm not a big bright color guy in general, but I kind of wanted to go outside of my comfort zone and choose some colorful brights. And I really like the patterns and kind of like just visuals on all these fabrics. It's from, I think, 4 different collections, but I think they all work great together, and I can't wait for you guys to check them out.
Kind of looks a little bit like mine from last week. It's another similarity, I guess, between us.
Yeah.
We picked ones that we like.
Yes,
they
yes,
look alike.
For sure. So today's fabrics are, all, as GP said, all from Northcott, and we can't wait for you to see them. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, and I'm going to open this one up wide so you can see all the variation in here. Isn't this cool? This is called City Flower Exchange Stripe Multi. That's a big name for this fabric. The words say our flower, iris, and fleur-de-lis, and message, and eloquence, and promise, and flume, and some words I can't really read, but I love the typography. I love it that it just looks like handwritten script, and it's really elegant and cool at the same time, don't you think?
Yeah, I really like it. I turned my mic off. Not
Oh,
on.
no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I love this one. This is the same color as my old high school.
Is it really?
It is.
Look
the
at
blue
you.
and gold.
Mine too.
Is it?
Yes, Totino Grace, blue and gold. So that's the first one, and I just think it's so cool. Of course, we love the typography here. We love that texture and print. So cool. Next up is Eau de Parfum. This one is called River Kayak, and look at this. I think this is another one that is just so cool. And look at the variety of color and texture that you get in this print. And although these, like GP said, these are different lines, but they go because the color families work and the style works. It looks like so many more fabrics than it actually is because of the variety in each one. Love it. And then we have Eau de Parfum. This one is called Splash Sunflower. And look at the variety in here. From that warm gold to a little bit of a berry color to this olive green. Here's the sunflower, and I think, again, very organic feel and very cool. After sunflower, we have Eau de Parfum. This one is called River Banks. River Banks. What are you thinking as you're seeing these, GP?
This one especially is one of my favorites just because of all the different colors, and the kind of colors you would think wouldn't really work together.
Yes.
Like with that kind of
Bold and
dark green up
yes.
the top.
Yeah.
You might want to open that one up because it really shows the whole texture, and there's even some like light blue and teal at the bottom. Pretty cool.
Isn't
I like
it?
that
Look
one.
at that. Really cool. Really cool. And I used this to make some Frankie blocks, and I'll show you what it looks like. Frankie starts with an 8.5-inch square. So if you imagine cutting 8.5-inch strip and squares from this, any of these, the variety that you get. Next is Eau de Parfum Splash Water. I think this one is my favorite. I love this, the feel that it gives me, that this gives me, and the water feel as it's named. Really, really love this one. This would be fun in cut into squares. It would also be fun in a strip quilt because you'd get, again, so much interest and so much variety and texture. And then, and this one I think is also one of my favorites. This one is called Eau de Parfum. This one is called Splash Evening. Isn't that pretty? Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this would almost look cool as Aurora. Wouldn't it? It's just by itself.
Yeah, for sure.
With the right background,
Mm-hmm.
because all of these look like Northern Lights colors to me. So
I was also thinking that these would make a good background or backing even.
for sure, when you want a lot of interest and something big and bold at the same time. And then another purple. This one is called Feather Purple. How pretty is this one? This one a little bit lighter purple. Some of the pinks in here, lavender, the feather shape. Love, love, love. And gives you that light. And then finally, Feather Turquoise. Wow. How cool is that? How cool is that? What do you think?
I really like both the feather ones. I feel like there's like a lot of change in color, but it's very smooth.
Right.
Another reason I chose these is because they all kind of look like they were like painted,
Yes,
and that kind of piqued my interest there.
they do. They do. So, like I said, I made some Frankie blocks out of this. So let me just show you some of the squares that I cut from this just to begin with. So this is what 8.5-inch squares look like cut out of these prints. So it gives you a feel for all the, like I keep saying the word variety, which is a bit redundant, but isn't that fun? So here, this is the same. Pull this one in. Pull this one in. And this particular print you get a lot of variety depending on where you cut it, which makes it cool. And then the night, look at that, so cool. I didn't do anything out of this fabric using strips, but I just might because I like it. So let's look at the Frankie blocks. Now Frankie, I'll remind you, comes from Stripology Quickies, and here's the OG, right? So you take your 8.5-inch square and you add a light border and a dark border, and in my case I added this sort of creamy white spotted and a black grunge, and then you sew them together and cut them apart. And so this is, lay these out the way they're intended. This is these are my Frankie blocks. Now, they're not really, I don't have enough of them to really pull off the whole Frankie pattern, but still enough to enough to see how cool they're going to be. What do you think of Frankie, you guys?
I love Frankie no matter what fabric it is.
I do too. I do too.
Such a cool pattern.
But with this one specifically.
Look, I love it. So then as I looked at this, I thought, what might this look like if instead of putting 2 different squares in each block, I made it a little bit more toned down and just used the same square in each block. And I like that too. You get the same sort of that movement, that syncopation, because the seams are off, but not quite as much. I'll put them in Frankie order. Not quite as much, what word am I looking for? Busyness, because these are actually the same blocks. But however you do it, however you cut it, they are beautiful blocks. Doesn't it look cool?
I love it.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yesterday, and a few of the crew members that you wanted to try it with just the same fabric in the middle, and I like that a lot too.
I do too. Just goes to show you how versatile these patterns are, and I have to tell you, the blocks are really fun to make and not hard to make. Fun and quickies. Can't beat that. So guess what? I have a notion today. My notion today are 2. The Olfa Endurance blade, rotary blades. This one, of course, 45 millimeter, and this one 60 millimeter, and I love them both. And they're called Endurance because they are advertised as lasting longer, and they do last longer. They give me a really nice cut and really accurate. And I have to tell you, I didn't know my blade needed replacing as much as it did until it was really needing it. So don't forget to grab yourself some Olfa Endurance blades. You have those in your back pocket so you always can replace your rotary blade when you need it. That's my notion for today. Well, I don't know if you saw the, I know you did, yesterday's show, Tipsy Tuesday.
Oh, yes.
The case.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we have a new product here at GE. If you haven't seen the Stripology case, watch Tipsy Tuesday yesterday or go to GEQuiltDesigns.com. Featured right on the top. There's some great images and videos, and it is a spectacular, one-of-a-kind case that will hold all of your Stripology rulers and tools, and so you can be on the go without breaking your ruler, which I know, frankly, I have done. So I check out the case. I love it. I have my name on one, of course, and I'll be proud to tote that around as I travel, for sure. Even if I'm just traveling from home to GE, I want to be able to protect my, oh, there it is. Look at that.
I was trying to grab those really quick for you guys.
Love it. Look at, there's Gudrun. There's the case. It weighs, I think it was like 8.5 pounds empty. And then it has custom features so you can hang it. You can, it holds all of the rulers. It holds bundles of fabric. It has some zipper pockets as well as some just elastic pockets. The zipper tabs have the GE logo on them. So I think that's a cool detail. You can see the logo on the pocket tabs. And it is, there it is. How cool is that?
I love just the attention to detail.
Absolutely. I think she thought of everything here. And we have been, had the good fortune of checking that out for a while. So if you haven't seen the case, go to GEquiltDesigns.com and check it out for more details.
Might have taken a few years to finally develop, but the final product, I think it was worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was sure fun to see from the first one to this finished one. Oh boy, what fun. We have a lot of fun here at GE. Lots of fun.
We really do.
So we don't have much coming up in classes. We just finished our Master Your Stripology Ruler class, so and we don't have any more classes scheduled for a while, but we will get those on the calendar, and we're so excited to show you. We do have one class, Anna and Elsa, and that is August 29th. Now, Anna and Elsa are both also from Stripology Quickies, and from one bundle and then the background, you can make both of the quilts. So this is a magic quilt for sure. 2 quilts from one. So love that.
I
August
cannot
29th.
believe that the end of August is so near.
I know. I can't believe it either.
And
Time
I figured
is
I should
flying.
Time's flying. Time is flying. I figured I should put these in there as well for
sure.
to talk about.
Yes. So for FamFest, we have some fun things happening. We have Nina Klotfelter will be here, and she'll be doing some free motion quilting and a beginning ruler work class. We also have Teresa Coates, and she'll be doing a coat class. Actually, I think 2 coat classes.
She is. I forgot to put that.
That's all right. That's all right. So check all of that out at GEquiltsDesign.com. And guess what? I'm doing my first virtual class. I'm preparing that. Mr. KP will be producing, and we'll get that recorded as soon as we can. We plan to have that live for you end of September. It'll be a really cool bag class.
Yeah,
So
it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm working on that. Well, let's take a look at the fabrics one more time. Take a look at these awesome Frankie blocks and let you get your hands busy today. Here we go. First up is that beautiful Allure feather turquoise. Love that one. And then feather purple. So pretty. And they all go, even though, as GP said, there are multiple lines here, they just go so great together. This is Parfum Splash Sunflower. Oh, no. Splash Evening. And then this one is Splash Water. Love it. And now this one is Splash Riverbanks, right? No.
Just Riverbanks.
Riverbanks. We'll just call this one Riverbanks. Really cool. And this is Sunflower, right?
Yep. There's your
How
sunflower.
cool. How cool is that? And then Kayak. This does have a river vibe for sure. And then back to where we started, that cool print with the typography, stripe multi, exchange stripe multi. So I did a bit of a poll. So if you wanted to make Frankie, I have a couple of ideas for backgrounds. First of all, for the lights, I chose, let me move these, that doesn't look very nice, dry brush whipped cream. So if you wanted to go really bright, that would be excellent. I chose grunge eggshell, also very light but not quite as bright as the dry brush. Pretty close. Something unexpected maybe, spectrostatic mimeograph. So this has a bit of a texture, which I think is the right vibe for these prints. Canvas French Vanilla, and I pulled that because it has that little bit of yellowish to it, which works with all of these. And then I went a little bit more texture with Terrain Luna, and I like that with all of them as well. What do you think about these lights, KP?
You know I love whites.
You
lights,
you like the
excuse me.
lights, yes. And then for the darks, for the blacks, I went with Dimples Charcoal, and I was
There you go.
right there.
Yep.
These darks can be really hard to see. I like this one because it has that beehive sort of hexagon texture in there. And if you wanted to go really dark, grunge black dress, and the grunges, almost all the grunges would work here. Spotted black. Spotted is one of my favorite textures, and I used it as the light in my version. And then Spectrostatic again, gunmetal. So this one is a little bit not quite so black, and I like that too. Now, a couple of other ideas I have. If you have a Color Club in your closet, in your collection, you might pull Color Club sand, because the sand, this is an opportunity to use a background that's got more than one fabric in here, and then you'll just get more and more texture. And you could also pull Color Club Mushroom, and here is Terrain Luna from Color Club Mushroom, and those would be great lights going more in the sand direction or more in the gray mushroom direction. And if you saw the show yesterday, you would have also have seen the newest bundle club, which is espresso, and so you could go in a real brown direction instead of in the black direction. We don't have the espresso color club available as the bundle club yet, but we do have all the 1 yards. So I'll just show you those really quickly. So chalk and charcoal espresso would be very cool. These browns would really work great in here, I think. Serenity, a little bit lighter, a little softer. Love it. Shadow Play espresso, a little darker overall, has a little bit more black in it, but look at how well it's going to play with sunflower. Love these. Bedrock espresso. So I really love the texture of bedrock. Can you see? Like that.
Right there.
Isn't that cool? Of course, it reminds me of the Flintstones. Showing my age. And then dark chocolate. Again, dark chocolate has the warm brown as well as that darker black in here. So you have lots of cool ideas for background for Frankie with all of these awesome fabrics. Don't forget our notion today, which is the Olfa Endurance Blades, and we have it available in 45 millimeter as well as 60 millimeter. Each of these has just one blade, and so have those in your case. You won't want to miss out on a sharp blade when you need it. And of course, Frankie from Stripology Quickies, as is Quinn from Stripology Quickies, and that's right behind Mr. KP. And I think I'm going to need to make some Quinn blocks pretty soon.
I think you will too.
I think I will too. Yeah.
We
I
need
love
another
Quinn.
one to show off.
We need another one. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm sure you love GP's picks this week. I sure do. You know, the producers take me out of my comfort zone. I take them out, and they take me out, which makes for very interesting sewing when I'm doing something new. I get to try something I might not have chosen, and it's always fun and unexpected. I love it. So thank you, producers, for that.
Thank you for pushing us too.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What a great team. How lucky am I? How lucky am I? So listen, check out the new Stripology case. We want you to see that. Check out all these great fabrics. Grab your Stripology ruler, grab some fabric, and make yourself something wonderful. In the meantime, we'll be working on our next show and fun things, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday morning for 1 Yard Wednesday. I'm Colleen, and on behalf of the producers, KP and GP, thanks so much and have a great day.